Hello everybody, I'm Thomas. Welcome back to the 7th video of this series in which I'm playing Arkham Horror, the living card game, where I'm playing through the Dunwich Legacy campaign. Today I will be continuing with the next scenario called Where Doom Awaits. There's a little bit of intro text to read, so I'll go ahead and read that. You awaken to the sound of screeching. Fearing the worst, you grab your equipment and head into the streets of Dunwich. As soon as you step outside, you sense a foulness in the cold night air, an awful, pungent smell that can scarcely be described, and a heaviness to the atmosphere that makes it difficult to breathe. The citizens of Dunwich have sealed their doors, and the town feels quiet and lonesome. In the distance, a faint glow emanates from a hilltop above the village. You know of this hill both from your interactions with Zebulon and Armitage's records. It's called Sentinel Hill. The tale speaks of satanic rites being performed there, rites in which great ritual pyres light up in the night sky while the ground rumbles furiously below. Flocks of whippoorwills perched on the rooftops of the village around you, watching ominously as you climb inside Zebulon's old and beat-up truck. As you drive towards Sentinel Hill, more screeching fills the sky with an awful pitch that is painful to your ears. Everything you have read and experienced in Dunwich has led to this. If the foul ritual Seth seeks to perform has anything to do with what Armitage and his colleagues prevented several months back, it involves the favor of an ancient creature, Yog-Sothoth. Failing to stop this ritual may spell doom, not only for Dunwich, but for the entire world. I did do a little upgrading for each of the investigators. For Zoe, I just added Keen Eye. And for Rex, I removed Mariner's Compass and added In the Know, and then I upgraded one of the deductions in his deck. So, reading the first agenda, it is titled Calling Forth the Old Ones, and it says, as you approach Sentinel Hill, you hear ancient Latin rites bellowed across the night. The time for action has come. If you cannot stop the sorcerers in Dunwich, who knows what terrors they might unleash upon the world. Indeed, let's see if we can stop them. And Act 1 is titled The Path to the Hill. A vibrant arcane energy fills the air with bone-rattling chill. The energy swirls along the crushed trail before you and seeps down several other paths before disappearing. The objective is when the investigators have collected the requisite number of clues, they must immediately spend them in advance, which is 4 clues is what we need. We are starting at the base of the hill here, and it says it's connected to each copy of Diverging Path. There's no clues here, and it has the action Investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set-aside Diverging Path into play, limit once per round. The other option is Resign. This is more than I signed up for, but we're gonna try to avoid not doing that. So let's go ahead and draw starting cards, starting with Zoe. Ooh, I drew the Ace of Swords, which means I get to start with it in play. And I'm drawing a bunch of weaknesses, which luckily I don't have to keep. So let's see. Out of these, I don't think I want Lesson Learned or First Aid. Maybe not Dodge either, because I feel like that's probably better for a later game. I want like some other stuff. Prepare for the worst is something I want to see. Emergency Cash is what I wanted to see. And Overpowered, I would have preferred a weapon, but we'll take this, and yeah. And for Rex, we get Burglary, Inquiring Mind, Deduction, Crack the Case, and Pathfinder. Okay. Man, I actually might keep Burglary. Deduction, I'll keep, well, maybe not. I don't know if it's super helpful for this scenario, because if there's not gonna be clues here, maybe I'll keep Deduction and get rid of Inquiring Mind and see if I can get like Milan or something. Okay, I got a copy of In the Know. Okay, well, I might just have Zoe go first, and first off, she gets to start with the Ace of Swords in play because it was in her starting hand. Luckily, she doesn't have to pay for that, which is super nice. I think first action, I'm gonna have Zoe play Prepare for the Worst, which costs a resource and lets me search the top 9 cards of her deck for a weapon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I get a weapon? There was the cross, but yeah, no weapon. That's unfortunate. All right, well, second action for Zoe, I'm gonna have her play Beat Cop, and then third action, play Emergency Cast. So she pretty much just loses a resource, and that's it for her turn. Over to Rex here. I think first action, I'm gonna have him play Pathfinder. And second action play burglary, so that costs 4 resources total. And I think as his last action, I'm gonna have him investigate this location using burglary. So let's see, I'm just testing at a 4 against a 3, so not great odds, but let's see what happens. 4 against a 3, -3, so I failed. No resources for Rex. That's the end of the investigator phase. There's no enemies, so I'm gonna put this up here just so it's a little bit further out of the way. And then yeah, upkeep phase. Get to each get a resource. Rex draws, ooh, shortcut. I feel like that might be good for this scenario. And I've had worse for Zoe. So then first Doom on the agenda. Let's see what Zoe draws first. Whoopin' Thrall, spawn furthest location from you, has Hunter and Retaliate. So I guess this thing spawns up there. Rex draws Frozen in Fear. Okay, so first time you perform one of the actions, move, fight, or evade, costs an additional action. I'll just put that right there. I guess that's not the worst cards in the world to draw. So I'm gonna have Rex investigate this location. Actually, you know what I'll do? First action, I'll have Rex draw a card. Please don't be a weakness. Okay. Second action, I'm gonna have him investigate using a resource for higher education. So that's a 6 against a 3, -3. So we're good. And that means I get to put a copy of Diverging Path into play. I assume it just goes like over here. Okay, it looks like this one is just connected to the bottom location. After you reveal, and it's called Slaughter Woods, after you reveal Slaughter Woods, take 2 horror if you have no actions remaining. Well, we do so, he still has an action remaining, right? Or because I drew 1, investigated for 2. Right, is that all I did? I drew a card, investigated, that was my second action, so I should still have an action. There's 2 clues on here. So I guess I don't take the horror, I don't think. We'll just make sure, yeah, that's like a little bit off to the right here. So then, though Rex has Frozen in Fear, I should be able to use Pathfinder to kind of bypass that. Hopefully I'm doing that right, because I'm not taking the move action, but I'm just moving using Pathfinder, so I think I don't have to spend the extra action for Frozen in Fear. I don't know if that's kind of cheesing it. I don't know if it works like that. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna do it. So then he should still have an action left because, right, first action drew a card, second action investigated, move there is a free action. So then third action, I might just have him investigate. Hopefully I'm tracking my actions right. I feel like I might have messed something up, but we'll see. And this does not cost an extra action. So I'm testing at a 6 against a 2. That is the Elder thing, which is -X. Discard the top 2 cards of your deck, and X is the total printed cost of those discarded cards. So Rex, ooh, it's a weakness and 4. So it's a -4, which is still enough, right? Because it was +2, so that's 6. And yeah, because of it's a higher level deduction, he gets both clues. I think that's it for Rex's turn for sure. Back to Zoe. Yeah, Zoe doesn't really have much to do right now, so she's probably just gonna draw some cards. First action, draw a card. Second action, draw a card. Ooh, a 45. Yeah, maybe third action she'll play that because it costs 4 resources, which she has. And that turns into basically 4 bullets on the card. Okay. Pretty chill turn for both of them. Enemy phase, this moves a little bit closer down the path. And then everybody readies up, gets some resources. Let's see what Rex draws. He gets Rex's Curse, great. Oh, I also, for Rex, I should have at the end of his turn tested for Frozen in Fear, which I will do now. Yeah, I can't use higher education, so I'm just testing a 3 against a 3. Those aren't great odds. Could commit some cards, but I don't really want to. I guess I'll commit Preposterous Sketch. And I should have done this before I had Rex's Curse, so I'm just gonna ignore that for a hot second. Because it would have been at the end of my turn I should have tested for this. So I'm testing 4 against a 3. That's a -1, so Frozen in Fear is surprisingly gone. And Preposterous Sketches is gone. I'm gonna like put Rex's Curse, using him as like the little thing now, just so I don't forget. Yeah, and then I don't think Zoe has drawn a card yet. She gets emergency cash. Okay, okay. So then top of the round, Doom on the agenda. We still need 2 more clues. So yeah, Zoe gets first card, and it's Altered Beast. If there's no abomination in play, otherwise choose an abomination enemy, heal all damage from that enemy, attach Altered Beast to it. This is an abomination. When you enter the enemy's location, or vice versa, take 1 horror. That's unfortunate, but it's not the worst in the world. And Rex draws Light of Aforgamon. Peril, you must attach either to the current agenda or act. Treat all damage as direct damage and all horror as direct horror. Oh geez. Yeah, I'll definitely attach it to the act, because that should be ticking over here relatively soonish. Back to the investigator phase. I will have Rex use Pathfinder as a free action to move to the base of the hill. I kind of want to attach Pathfinder to the base of the hill, but I think I'm going to wait till we get to Ascending Path and then use it there. Might be a bit more central. I kind of forget. So then that was his first action. Second action, I guess he's just going to investigate, I suppose. We'll go second action. Well, he hasn't even used an action. He still has all 3 because he just moved there with that. And that was free. So first action, he's going to draw a card. Second action, he's going to draw a card. And then third action, he's going to investigate using a resource from Higher Education. So he's testing at a 6 against a 3. And that's an auto fail. Nice. Okay. First one of the session. So that's fun. Yeah, Rex's curse didn't really matter there. Okay, so we're back to Zoe. Unfortunately, she can't move into Ascending Path. This thing will come and attack her whenever it moves into here, but she can't do anything right now. So first action, I guess she's gonna play her other emergency cash to gain 3 resources. Second action, she's just gonna draw a card, and then third action, I guess just draw a card. Oh, Wheel de Luca. Okay, I could maybe play that next round, but yeah, that's it. So then enemy phase, this moves into the base of the hill, engages with Zoe. They both take 1 horror, which has to be treated as direct horror because of that card up there. And then because it engaged with Zoe, Zoe gains a resource. She doesn't have her cross, so it doesn't really, she can't do much. And then she will be taking another damage and horror as this thing attacks her. Fun time, she's already at half the horror total, which is pretty cool. And I can't really use any of the cards. I guess I could use I've Had Worse, but whatever. 1 resource for each of them. Rex draws, ooh, Search for the Truth. Zoe gets Dr. Francis Morgan. Okay. I do like to see that because I have enough resources. I could almost play both of them. And right now I have +2 because of Beat Cop and Ace of Swords. So this extra plus would be pretty nice to have. But regardless, new round, 3 out of 12 Doom on the agenda. Zoe draws, oh, good old Beyond the Veil. Luckily, she doesn't seem to be the one that troubles from that. It's usually Rex, so I'm not too worried about that. But just as a reminder, Beyond the Veil has a forced ability that if my deck has no cards in it, take 10 damage and discard Beyond the Veil. Pretty tough stuff. Rex draws Devotee of the Key, and it spawns at the base of the hill. At the end of the enemy phase, Devotee of the Key moves once towards Sentinel Peak. If it is already at Sentinel Peak, discard it and add 2 Doom to the current agenda instead. So this, I guess, would engage with Rex because he's the one that drew it. Pretty sure that's how that works. So, okay. And this has 3 health. That has 3 health. That's not great. Rex does have Mind Over Matter, which maybe he'll have to use to get rid of this because Zoe's gonna be dealing with this for most of her turn. So I'll have Zoe go first. Maybe I'll have Rex go first just in case stuff goes south. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. So fast action, I'm gonna have him play Mind Over Matter, which until the end of the round, I can add Intellect to Fight and Agility, and I also get to draw a card. I get Magnifying Glass, okay. I guess this is ready again. And I'm just going to attack this thing, I guess, 3 times. So I'll be attacking at a 6 against a 3. I am cursed, so I gotta remember that. 6 against the 3, I succeeded. But then I'm cursed, so I gotta do it again. That's a cultist, which is reveal another token, cancel that effects and icons of each skill card committed to this test. Okay, well, I didn't commit any. So it's another -3. So I succeed and I deal a damage to this guy, and that was just my first action. I'm still cursed. Second action, I'm gonna do it again. -3, that's a success. I'm still cursed, so another -3. Second damage down, okay. Man, Rex is just drawing constant -3s. There was a -5 added to the bag before the scenario, so hopefully I don't draw that. I really talked that into existence. That's the -5 I added. Great. Okay, well, at least he was able to do 2 damage to it, but yeah, unfortunately he was not able to kill it. So that's unfortunate. There's really nothing else I can do at the moment. So back to Zoe's turn, I guess. She could take it out, but she would be using pretty much all of her bullets. I guess she would have 1 left, so it's all right. So first action, she's just gonna shoot at this using an ammo. So she'll be at +1, 2, 3. So at a 7 against a 4. That's a -3. So luckily that hits. Second attack, she's gonna do it again. 7 against a 3. I could commit something. I think I'll wait. That's a -2. So luckily that hits and kills this thing. Third action, let's see, this would cost 5 and 2. I'm 1 resource short from being able to play that. So then third action, I guess I will just attack the devotee of Ki, and I'll commit overpowered to this. So I'll be at basically a 9 against a 3. So even if I draw the -5, I'm okay. I only drew the -3, so I'm chilling. Yeah, that goes away. She gets to draw another card and draws, oh goody. Across space and time, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. So she discards Evidence, and Ever Vigilant. And that's not great because she's got Beyond the Veil. But luckily this thing is dead and dealt with. So that's something. And I guess that's it for both of them. Enemy phase, there's no enemies, so we're in the upkeep. Zoe gets a resource, Rex gets a resource, Rex draws, ooh, Forewarned, I do like that card. And Zoe gets another Leo DeLuca, okay. Top of the round, another Doom on the agenda, we're at 4 out of 12. Zoe draws Spaces Between, flip each non-Sentinel Hill location in play to its unrevealed side, removing all clues from it. Each investigator and enemy at the location flip this way, moves to the nearest Sentinel Hill location, shuffle each non-Sentinel Hill location so the players don't know which is which. I'm still gonna do all of that, even though there's only 1. And I think it's just, I would shuffle it, but there's nothing to shuffle with, so nothing really happens, I guess. But what's nice is I think if I go back here, the clues would be back here, so I think that's a thing, I think. We'll see. Rex draws Thrall. Spawn at the location with the most clues. So I forget how this works, because since it's tied, I get to choose, right? Which I'm just gonna spawn them at Sentinel Peak if that's the case, because they don't even have Hunter, so they're just gonna chill up there. Maybe that's a bad idea, but whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna have Rex go first. As a fast action, I'm gonna have him play his Magnifying Glass. He will use Pathfinder to move into Diverging Path, flipping that over. He still has all of his actions, so yeah, he's not taking any horror here. And then, yeah, I guess he's just doing the thing. He's going to be investigating at a 4-5. I want to investigate more. Nah, 5 against a 2 should be pretty good. We'll see how that goes. He still has all 3 actions, so that is, he's got to discard 2 cards, and that's what he loses. So that's just a -1. So that succeeds, but Rex is cursed, makes him draw another token. That's an auto fail. So at least Rex's curse is gone now. All right, so I guess second action, investigating at a 5 against a 2. I'm up 3. That's a -3, so I succeed. And then last action, I'm going to do it again. I'll commit a resource to be at a 7 against a 2. So I'm up like 5. That's a skull. Skull is -1 or -3 if you're at an altered location. So I get that clue. And the main reason I want to do that, this may not be the best use for it, but I'm going to play Crack the Case to gain 2 resources. And then that is the requisite number of clues, which I must immediately spend to advance. So we are on to Act 2. Luckily that goes away. And let's see what it says. During your search through the wooded paths around the base of the Sentinel Hill, you come across a startling sight. A herd of sheep lay dead upon the ground in a secluded clearing, their bloodied carcasses placed in a strange but careful pattern. Holding your nose against the stench of death, you step over the mangled sheep on your way to the center of the odd formation. In the center of the sheep lies the corpse of a man. A queer jewel has been firmly pressed into his forehead, caving in the front of his skull. His eyes are wide, his face contorted in a vision of fear, as if beseeching you for mercy. Though you know better, you check for a pulse. As you touch the man's skin, the jewel in his forehead dissolves and the wood around you seems to clear. Remove all clues from each location in play. The arcane presence masking the path further up the hill has faded. Reveal the ascending path. The next act reads Ascending the Hill, and this is version 2. There's multiple versions, and I just chose one based off of certain things and the setup. And this says, as you ascend the hill, the environment around you grows increasingly strange and otherworldly. The arcane energy feels even stronger here, crackling in the air and crawling on your skin. Clues cannot be placed on non-altered locations. When an investigator enters Sentinel Peak, advance. So I guess that means I can't really go to the base of the hill anymore for locations, as I guess they're probably not going to be altered. They're just from the diverging path. Ascending path has an option for an action that you can investigate, and if you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set-aside altered path into play. And then the Sentinel Peak says, as an additional cost to move to Sentinel Peak, the investigators must spend 2 clues per investigator as a group. So I need 4 more clues to move into Sentinel Peak. Well, I think Zoe is going to, I don't know, she has a lot of options, which is nice. First action, she's gonna draw a card. Ooh, okay. She has what, 7 resources? First action, she does that. Second action, she'll gain a resource. I still don't know, that's probably not gonna be enough because that's 5, 2, and 2. She only has 8. Yeah, that's gonna be 1 short. I guess, no, I would still, I'm gonna be short on resources here. Unless she just doesn't do anything and does this next turn, which she could do. 2, 4, 6, she's gonna be maxed out on cards. Yeah, I'll have her just gain another resource. It's kind of lame, but then she'll be kind of equipped next turn, perhaps. I guess that's it for her turn. Rex already did his turn, right? So I guess we're back to enemy phase. This is not a hunter, so it doesn't move. So we're back to upkeep. Where resource and resource. Rex draws, ooh, death, tarot card, and Zoe draws Sixth Sense again. Adding another Doom to the agenda. We're at 5 out of 12, so not terrible, but hopefully I'm keeping a good pace. And what could I get? Ancient Evils. So another Doom goes onto the agenda. So we're at 6 out of 12 now. And Rex draws Beyond the Veil. Great. We're both going to be going Beyond the Veil. Oh, I don't have these clues anymore. I was gonna say I could use Forewarned, but I can't because I don't have any clues to spend on it. So looks like both Rex and Zoe are perhaps going Beyond the Veil. Rex is doing okay on his deck, but I need to make sure to not do anything too crazy now. So then back to investigators phase. I'm going to have Rex go first, obviously. I'm going to have him Pathfinder to the base of the hill, free action. First action, move into the ascending path. He still has 2 actions left. As a free action, I'm going to attach shortcut here. So that's going on. I'll just kind of move this arrow a little bit. He still has 2 actions. I guess first action, then I will investigate. I'll commit like, I don't know, something. Wait, 2, I have 5 cards in hand, so maybe I'll just use higher education. So I'm at a 6, 7 against a 3, so I'm up 4. That's a skull, which is minus just 1. So that's a successful investigation, which means I can put one of the altered paths into play. I'll just put it like over here. I don't know if I put it into play revealed. I don't think I do. And what else? I don't have Milan, so I don't get stuff for doing that. And then I guess I could use shortcut to then move here into the lost memories. After you reveal lost memories, take 1 horror for each action you have remaining. So I guess Rex will just be taking a horror, and then I'll put a little thing here. So this is just connected to that, right? Yeah, and also to the moon, which doesn't exist. And there's 2 clues on here, and it's only 2 shroud location. And so since I still have 1 action left, I guess I can go ahead and investigate here. I'll just investigate maybe normally, just no boosts or anything. So just set a 5 against a 2, seeing if I can grab both of them. That's an auto fail, so never mind. Okay. Okay, Zoe's fully equipped, so she's moving up to the ascending path as her first action. Second action, she's going to play Ever Vigilant. So she could play 3 resources, reducing the cost by 1 each. So she can play Sixth Sense, Leo DeLuca, and I'm gonna move this over a little bit, slide in Dr. Francis Morgan up there. So that costs 2, 4, 5, so 9 total. So that was her second action, right? Now that Leo DeLuca's down, she has extra actions. So I think I'll have her go 3rd action here and 4th action investigate, I guess, because like I don't know what else to do. Investigating using my willpower, so I basically am at a 4 against a 2. That's a -3, so no dice. It's worth a shot, I suppose. Enemy phase, there's no hunter enemies or anything, so upkeep, gotta change all the stuff around. Maybe I'll move base of the hill a little bit lower, just because we got shortcut here now. Yeah, upkeep phase, so they each get 1 resource. And that readies. Rex draws Dr. Milan. Okay, glad to see him. Zoe draws Safeguard. It's a great card to have. All right, top of the round. We're at 7 out of 12 Doom. Zoe draws spaces between. Is there? I guess there. I should do this. I mean, this just gets flipped over. Okay, that card is kind of weird when there's just 1 of each copy because I don't really think I do anything besides just flip them back over, and then that was it. So then Rex draws Altered Beasts, which does attach to this thrall up here, which is unfortunate, but whatever. So then we're back to the investigators phase. Yeah, I don't really know what to do here because we can't go up there yet. Zoe's not really good at investigating, but she could go in there and maybe grab those. So maybe first action, she'll play Safeguard. Zoe's got a lot of assets in play, but... Oh, and also 1 too many allies. I just now realized that. Whoops, I have 3 allies. Okay, I didn't actually use any of them. So I'll go ahead and get rid of Beat Cop for Dr. Francis Morgan. I say she has a lot of assets in play, I guess, too many. Yeah, first action, she'll play Safeguard. Second action, boy, I don't know, because I don't want to go in there because I'm going to take a lot of horror if I do. Second action, maybe I'll just draw a card. Psychosis, good, good. I'll maybe use my other 2 actions to get rid of Psychosis and then use Shortcut to move into here. See, that's pretty smart because then I move in there with no actions left. So then I don't take anything bad happening to me. Because I'm going to need to at least reveal another location. And Rex is good at doing just a straight investigation, while Zoe can get those clues with Sixth Sense. So I think that works out pretty well. Back to Rex's turn. I wish he had a way to get some resources, because right now he's pretty low. Dr. Milan would be nice to play. I mean, Dr. Milan is a way to get resources, but like, doesn't help at the moment. I guess I would just investigate here. Yeah, at a 5... I'll commit Zebulon because I don't plan on playing him just for a +1. So I'm at a 6 against a 3. And that's a skull, which is a -1. So Zebulon's gone, but then we can put in another altered path. So that was his first action. I guess second action, well, no, free action, he can move into here. So he still has 2 actions left. And let's see what this is all connected to. Okay, so it looks like just this. After you reveal Uprooted Woods, discard the top 5 cards of your deck if you have no actions remaining. Luckily, I do. Still have actions remaining, so I'm okay. I have 2 actions remaining. Just gotta remind myself that. I think first action, I'm gonna use Burglary to try to get some resources because I kind of forgot I have that. So I'm investigating at a 5 against a 2. And let's see what I get. -4, fantastic, I failed. Last action, I guess I will just investigate normally here at a 5 against a 2. That's a -1, so I did succeed, and I get both clues because of Rex's ability. Not too bad, I guess. Because once Zoe gets those clues, then we'll have enough clues to start going up to the Sentinel Peak at that point. So, okay. Enemy phase, there's no enemies moving around, so that readies up, that readies up. Resource for each of them. And let's see, Rex draws, I've got a plan, okay, and Zoe draws Machete, thank goodness. She doesn't have the resources to play it at the moment, but I'm happy to see it. Because she's down to 1 bullet and she needs some decent weapon. Ideally, Machete is like, I love Machete, it's one of my favorite weapons, so. All right, top of the round, what are we at, 8 out of 12 Doom. Well, make that 9 out of 12 Doom, because Zoe just keeps drawing these dang Ancient Evils. I'm gonna start having to go off the thing here, which is fine. And then Rex draws Dissonant Voices, cannot play assets or events. Not the worst in the world. Okay. So, would Zoe be able to grab both those clues? Let's see. First action, she's going to investigate using Sixth Sense. So she's essentially investigating at a 4 against a 2, right? So it's a -1, so she does succeed. Second action, she's just going to do it again, a 4 against a 2. That's a -3, so she fails. Third action, doing it again, 4 against a 2. It's a -3, so she fails. And last action, why not just go for it one more time? That's a Cultist, so reveal another token. It's another -3. I should have like committed a card, but okay, she at least got one of the clues. Kind of wasted her turn. Okay. But luckily Rex can come and save the day, I think. So I'm gonna have Rex, let me think. First action, I'm gonna have Rex gain a resource. Second action, he's gonna spend 4 resources to play Dr. Milan. Just play him like a little bit up there. He'll use Pathfinder to move into here, and then use Shortcut to move into here. So he still has 1 more action, which then he will just investigate here at a 6 against a 2. So that's a -3, so he succeeds and gets a resource because of Milan. And we now have enough resources to actually move up to Sentinel Park, which is pretty sweet. It's the end of the Investigators phase. Upkeep. Stuff happens, resource for everybody. Rex draws, let's see here. Inquiring Mind, let me move these cards a little bit further over. And then Zoe draws another Machete, okay, all right. On top of the round, let's see, we're at 10? 10 out of 12, all right. Zoe draws another Thrall, location with the most clues. That's tied everywhere, so I'm just gonna put this guy at the base of the hill for now. And then what does Rex draw? Frozen in Fear. Oh, I guess his Dissonant Voices is also gone at this point. So Rex is Frozen in Fear, which is fine. I don't mind. And we're back into the Investigator phase. So I think first I'm gonna have Rex go and use Pathfinder and have Zoe use Safeguard so they can kind of both move into the Altered Path. Second action, I'm gonna have Rex, let's see, it doesn't take an extra action to investigate. So I'm gonna have him investigate using Burglary. So I'm at a 6 against a 3. That's a -2, so I succeed and get 3 resources. And then I'm going to spend all 3 of those resources to play In the Know. And put the secrets on that, and which lets me spend a secret to investigate at any revealed location and play as if I was at that location. Pretty handy, so now it's the end of the thing. So I have to test Frozen in Fear, it's the end of his turn. I might add a thing to this, higher education, so I can be at a 5 against a 3. So that's a 0, so I succeeded. So Frozen in Fear is no more. Not bad, not bad. Zoe's here. First action, she's going to gain a resource, and second action, she's going to play Machete. And then as a... Wait, where's the other... Oh, there's the other clue. So she still has 2 actions left, and as a free action, she's going to move up to Sentinel Hill, which does cost 4 clues. A couple things are going to happen. This thing engages with her. She gains a resource from her ability. She also takes a horror because of Altered Beast, which can just go on Leo DeLuca. And then, do I reveal this? Let me go to the next act first, and then I think maybe I reveal that. So the back of this, oh boy, this is a paragraph. Approaching the peak of Sentinel Hill, you are confronted by several citizens of Dunwich. The man in the center of the circle lets out a crazed laugh. You recognize the man, Seth Bishop, from the description given to you by the townsfolk earlier. Behind him, several men and women bow their heads in reverence, chanting in Latin. "We've done it," he cackles. "We've accomplished what old Watley and his git couldn't." You watch in reclusion as his eyes glaze over and twitch as though he were reading something invisible. "I can see it now. I can finally see." He raises his hands to the sky, and the headstone of the altar behind him splits open. A torrent of energy pours out of the stone, coalescing into the form of an open gate. Seth holds onto the stone in front of him to prevent himself from being sucked into the gate, but several of the others are startled and pulled through it. You barely manage to dig in your heels and grab hold of a nearby rock in time to resist the pull of the gate. Seth rises to his feet, wearing an expression of pride. I have to put Seth Bishop, enemy, into play at Sentinel Peak, which I guess he would also maybe, be engaged with Zoe, gaining Zoe a resource. I just moved beyond the veil up here, but it's still here. I'm starting to run out of table space here. The last act reads, "The gate opens. From the runes of the headstone of the altar at the hill's peak, a gateway of churning vibrant energy has appeared. A force like a hurricane erupts from the gate, bending trees and pulling debris into it. The howling of the gale drowns out all other sounds. Somehow, you must find a way to close the gate. Only investigators at the Sentinel Peak may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance, which is 4 currently. And what else is this? So here at the peak, there are 4 clues. It's a 4-shroud location, and it says when an investigator at this location draws a hex, that investigator takes 1 damage. I'm engaged with Seth Bishop, who has 6 health. He's pretty tough. There's also this Thrall with me. So Zoe should still have 2 clues. So I think first not 2 actions. So I think first she's going to spend her last bullet on the 45 to shoot at the Thrall. She has plus 1, 2, 3. So it's a 7 against a 2. That's a -1, so she luckily succeeds. Takes it out in 1 shot. And then as her last action, she should be able to attack Seth Bishop here using the machete. So once again, she is attacking at a 6, I guess. Maybe I'll commit the machete to be attacking at a 7 against a 5. Still not great odds, but that's a -5. So yeah, that didn't do too much. And does he have retaliate? He does. That's fun. So then she takes a damage and a horror in return. Oh, I guess also since I defeated an enemy, I could use Dr. Francis Morgan's ability to draw a card after I defeat an enemy. I get Vicious Blow. Oh man, I would have used that last turn. Oh well. Okay, so I guess that's it for Zoe. And Rex already went this turn, right? Yeah, because I played in the know and stuff. So that's gonna be it. This guy doesn't move. This guy's gonna attack, dealing a damage and a horror. I will play, I'll play in the know. Or I've had worse, sorry. After you dealt damage or horror, cancel up to 2 damage and or horror just dealt to you, then gain that many resources. She blocks that stuff and gains herself 2 resources, which is pretty handy. And I guess we're back to upkeep. So then all these things ready up that are Exhausted. Resource for Zoe and Rex. Rex draws across space and time, so discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Lose Crack the Case. I did lose one of my curses and the other shortcut, unfortunately. Zoe draws, hopefully not a weakness. It is. I talked it into existence. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. This gets attached. Oh, it's the Crazed Shoggoth. Attach this to the location furthest from you. 1, 2. I guess that would be over here. Jeez. And I guess also on Zoe's turn, I meant to play this. Whenever I took damage from the Retaliate, I was going to play that for a resource. And I basically can discover 2 clues here, which is pretty nice. That's 2 of the main clues that we need there. I also just need to take down Seth Bishop, which is going to be a challenge in itself because he has a lot of health. But I think I can do it. So then this also readies. The agenda is about ready to advance. We're at 11 out of 12, right? 2 4s, yeah, 11 out of 12. Zoe draws Rotting Remains, so test 3 willpower. I have nothing to commit to this, so we're just testing a 4 against a 3. The skull is -1, or -3 if you're at an altered location, so she's chilling. And what does Rex draw? Visions of Futures Past. Test 5 willpower. For each point you fail by, discard the top card of your deck. I will commit... I can't really commit anything to this. Not that I really want to. So I do have 5 cards in hands. Maybe I'll spend a resource, so I'm at least testing at a 5 against a 5, because there's bad stuff for each point I fail by. So 2 points is what I fail by, so I lose the top 2 cards of the deck, which are In the Know and Guts. Okay. I'm going to have Zoe, as a free action, spend 2 resources on Keen Eye, so she gets +1 fight for the whole turn. So she's basically at a +1, 2, 3, 4 while using the machete. So she's attacking at an 8 against a 5. And then I'm going to commit this to be at a 10 against a 5. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully not a -5. It's a -1, so that means she does +2 damage because of this. So that's 3 damage, and then this, she deals 4 damage total, I believe, if I'm mathing that right. Pretty nice. And that was just her first action. Second action, she's gonna do that again, but just attacking with a machete. This time just at a 10 again, right? Because 4, 5, 6, oh, just at an 8. Sorry, an 8 against a 5. And that's a -2, so that is enough to take out Seth Bishop, I guess. Screw that guy. He is worth a victory point, so that's nice. And then that was only her second action, right? That went pretty well. I'm kind of surprised. Then I guess third action she can move into here and then use that to go down here as a free action. Engages with this, she gets a resource, and then as her last action, she could swing her machete at this thrall. Once again, at like an 8, right? That seems like crazy. At 1, 2, 3 because of the machete, and then 4. So yeah, it's an 8. Yes, she takes this thing out. Thrall is dead. Wow, that was a heck of a turn for Zoe. She really is making a comeback this game. Rex. So Rex, I'm gonna use Pathfinder, first action, or that was free action to go up there. And then first action, Investigate, and I will commit Inquiring Mind. So I'm at +3, 4, 5. So I'm investigating at a 9 against a 4. Pretty good, I think. That's a -X, which is the top 2 cards of my deck, which is -0. Okay. So that means I definitely succeeded. I get both clues because of Rex's ability. And I get a resource because of Milan. Do have the requisite number of clues to advance at this point, right? But I'm at a dilemma because if we end now, Zoe's gonna suffer a mental trauma because of this. But if we go another turn, the Doom's gonna advance, and I don't know what kind of bad stuff is coming. So, not sure what the best course of action is. This is also worth a victory point, so that could be pretty nice. I think we're just gonna, because he used free action to get up there, first to investigate. So I guess second, third action. He's just going to come down to the base of the hill, chill with Zoe. Hopefully next round we just go in here, kill this thing, and end the scenario. But the agenda is going to advance, and I don't know what's on the other side of it, but I'm a little worried. But I guess that's as good as this is going to get, I think. So enemy upkeep. This thing is also not hunter, right? So it's just chilling. Yeah. And then, yeah, I guess just upkeep phase. Everybody gets a resource. Rex draws Ward of Protection. I don't think I've used that card once. Maybe I have. And Zoe draws Dodge. Both pretty good cards, and the Doom advances the agenda. The back of this agenda reads, as you explore the paths surrounding Sentinel Hill, the chanting at the hilltop rises to a crescendo and takes an otherworldly quality, reverberating through the trees as if carried by unseen currents. The world begins to change. The grass and trees dissolve like sugar in a cup of tea. A vast, endless sky slices through the reality you see before you. You feel drawn to it, terrified and awestruck. The arcane power becomes distorted and seeps around you, creating strange alterations in the land. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. All right, the next agenda is called Beckoning for Power. And it's written in this really weird, maybe I'll try to zoom it up to the camera a little bit. It looks really strange writing. Anyway, it has really strange writing, and it says, I'll try my best to read it. The old ones were, the old ones are, and the old ones shall be, not in the spaces we know, but between them. They walk serene and primeful, undiminished, and to us unseen. Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and the guardian of the gate. Past, present, future, all are one in Yog-Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through of old, and where they shall break through again. He knows where they have trod earth's field, and where they still tread them, and why no one can behold them. It's pretty vague, but all right. So we need to draw some cards. Zoe draws Crypt Chill. Test 4 willpower. If you fail, choose and discard stuff. She has nothing really to commit, so I'm just gonna test what 4 against a 4. That's an auto fail. Choose and discard one asset you control. I guess it's just gonna be my 45 automatic. That's pretty good because that's out of bullets. Rex is gonna draw Ancient Evils. Place one Doom on the agenda. We're at 1 out of 10. I think this scenario is about over. I hope I didn't make any mistakes, like rules wise. I mean, I know I probably made some like small ones because this is Arkham, but the scenario seems to be going pretty easily. Like it's kind of worrying me, but whatever. I'm not gonna complain. I'm just I don't know, I'm worried I messed something up because this scenario seems to be going like real easily for us, but I don't know, maybe we're getting good luck this time around after the last few times. They both have Beyond the Veil, so we can't hang around too much longer, especially Rex only has like 5 or so cards, 8 cards maybe in his deck. So yeah, but I have a plan. It involves Rex going here with Pathfinder and Zoe using Safeguard to follow along. They both come into Divergent Path. 2 clues here. After you reveal this, take 2 horror if you have no actions remaining. That's not true. This thing would engage then with Zoe, and she would gain a resource because of that. So Rex still has all 3 actions, I believe, right? Because I just moved for free into there. So I think first, Rex is going to play I've Got a Plan and try to attack this thing that Zoe's engaged with. Uses my intellect. You deal +1 damage for each clue you have. So this will deal 3 damage to this. I'm gonna do 3 extra boosts to my intellect. So I'm at 3, 4, 5, 9 against a 6. Still not great odds, but we'll take them. 9 against a 6, that's a skull, which is a -1, surprisingly. So that works, and he's able to do 3 damage. Okay. I think second action, he's gonna draw a card, and third action, he's gonna draw a card. And surprisingly, didn't draw Rex's Curse. Okay. So I think Zoe's first action is just gonna attack this thing. She'll probably spend 2 resources again for Keen Eye, so she has a +1 from that. 2, 3, 4. So she's attacking. You know what? This is probably the last round, so why not do more resources? So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's attacking at a 9 against a 3. She just needs to hit twice. +1, so that hits 10 against a 3. Second action, she's gonna attack again. Auto fail. Third action, -1, so she kills this thing. And that's another victory thing in the victory display. I guess fourth action, she moves here. So then that's it. Upkeep phase, there's no enemies. Rex is running well on cards, but I think we're gonna make it, unless something crazy pops up next turn. Rex draws Burglary. Okay, surprised I didn't see Rex's Curse. And let's see what kind of treachery cards we get. So this is pretty much it. Oh, Wizard of Yogg-Sothoth. Play the least cards in hand. So this thing engages with Zoe, unfortunately. Okay, and then Rex draws Devotee of the Key, which spawns at the base of the hill, also engaged with Zoe. Yikes. And there's no way I can't get rid of that with like, well, non-weakness. Oh, this is just for treachery cards, which that's not. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, Zoe's gonna have to fight for her life here. She's not gonna be able to take them both down in one turn, unfortunately. So I guess first action, Zoe's gonna go first. First, she's gonna use Keen Eye to boost her fight again. So she's at +1, 2, 3, 4. So she's attacking at an 8. I'm gonna attack the Wizard of Yogg-Sothoth first. Also, both of these engaged with her. I don't think I did this yet. She would get some resources, right? Or is that what these are? I'm gonna say I already grabbed them. Maybe I didn't, but whatever. So I'm attacking at an 8 against a 4. First attack, -2, that hits. Second attack, the cultist, so I gotta draw again. Auto fail, that's unfortunate. Third action, I guess just draw again. That's a -3, so this guy is down. It's another victory point, which is nice. And then fourth, I guess I can use Dr. Francis to draw a card. Maybe I can get Vicious Blow. Nope, it's the thing that follows. We could put it like over here because it's equal distance. And then last action, she can draw, or she's just gonna try to attack this Devotee. That's an Elder Sign. Oh, so she gets to do an extra damage. So this thing is dead. Wow, that is really lucky because she wasn't gonna be able to do that then. Because that's her last action. And then watch this. So Rex is gonna Pathfinder here. She's gonna Safeguard. So first action, they're gonna move up here. And then that's free to move up here. And then we got 4 clues. So we can go ahead and advance the act. So let's see what's going on here. You don't know how to close the swirling gate before you, and with each passing moment, the force from within it grows in strength. You fear that whatever entity the sorcerers have summoned from beyond approaches. With no time to spare, you turn to the open tome on the stone altar, desperate for answers. Resolution 1. All right, for the resolutions. Resolution 1, everybody's alive, surprisingly. Just reads, the poorly bound tome appears to be written records of old Watley, the man who taught Wilbur the ancient secrets of sorcery. You find a passage describing a place outside of time and space where worlds converge and Yogg-Sothoth dwells. Only by reaching the nexus at the edge of reality can you unmake the tear that has split open the world. Feeling as if you may be going to your doom, you muster a final ounce of courage and step through the gate. All right. Pretty cool. And we gain a decent amount of XP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll definitely take that. And we both had Beyond the Veil and nobody died from it. So that's pretty shocking. And I think there, let's see if there's an interlude, but I don't think there is. Nope, no interlude. So next time we will continue with the final scenario. Before heading out, I should note that I'm gonna have a poll active by the time this video goes up for about a week to decide what series I should play through next after this next scenario ends. So feel free to vote on that. Should I play more Arkham? I have a couple other options that I'm considering, so feel free to vote on that if the poll is still up by the time you're seeing this. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. And I'll be back next week attempting the final scenario, the Dunwich Legacy. So subscribe if you want to catch that. And if you want to see one of my recent videos, click up there in the top right corner of the screen.